Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader. It's January 30th, Monday night, and these are the charts of the day. I'm going to cover some longs and shorts. I just don't think the market's ready yet, but it may be very close. We keep saying that, but until it actually turns down with a thrust and break support, no sense in anticipating the short side. We already made that mistake last week with the ultra shorts, although they are hanging in there. So we'll see what happens. GTXI, significant price volume surge, took out a couple of resistance levels today, going through there and there, with a thrust of 49% up $1.94 at 6.36 million shares. Huge volume for that stock. Now, there is resistance here at the June high around 686. Wouldn't shock me if we reach 6.5 3/4 to test that. And then another resistance level at 7.5 just above that. But those are your targets. RENN, big day today, stepping back, and you'll see on the chart that it's had ever since the new listing, it came down from the low 20s into the 3 range, but has reversed. And over the last several sessions, particularly the last 2 sessions, it's popped from 4 up to 668 today, and closing at 631, up $1.06 or 20%. That was a big surge. Volume was tremendous, 54.5 million shares, a huge volume. Now there is resistance just ahead at around 7 1/4 half. We may get up to that before backing off, maybe even as high as 8, but we're coming into the tail end of this move perhaps. But a significant thrust and breakout. The price volume surge is there. FFN also breaking through the declining tops line, has maybe some room to run to $1.50, my near-term scalp target. Although it did back off the high, it didn't close well today. High was $1.23, goes to $1.06, still up 17% or 17 cents or 19%. 3.5 million trade. That's the biggest volume we've seen in this stock, since it was listed, and so may very well extend further. Just have to see how that looks. YMI, one of the things that bothers me about this market is the junior biotechs taking off. That usually happens towards the tail end of every move. Although this lateral price resistance across here was taken out. Recently, the declining top lines, 2 of them were taken out. As the stock consolidated and today popped. 31 cents, 18%, 4.1 million. Significant breakout. I'm looking for a move to the 2025 area, top of this channel. And perhaps even as high as 2.5. We'll see what kind of upside momentum we get. Amylin, AMLN, had a big pop today, right up into the resistance zone. You noticed that the spike high in July, up around 1460. Today's high 1468. Closed back off at 1426, up 212 or 17.5%, but strong volume of 21 million shares with the breakout of this pattern. We may stall and consolidate here, but should we get through the 14.5 3/4 range, I would look for a move up to about 16.5 3/4. SBSA continues to act well and hold up well after the big run up to resistance. It pulled back for 3 days, consolidated, snapped back 93 cents or 15% today. Has not quite broken out yet. We need to get it above the 7.5 area. Once it does that, we can see the stock maybe at 9-10 zone. MELA, with a pop of 60 cents or 14.5% on a million shares. Stock broke out today. Across, well, it already broke the declining tops line and 2 lines of resistance today. This line, the secondary line, was broken, and at third level up around 5.5 3/4 would be my short-term target. UBNT, Ubiquity Networks, broke a double top with a spurt today. This is 3 consecutive sharp days up. We could see an extension that gets it up into the mid-20s, maybe 26.7 before it pulls back, but keep close tabs on that one and tight stops. Acco brands, key significant breakout. Let's look at a weekly chart. You'll see that going back a couple of years, several years now, this stock is at a multi-year high and resistance zone here. It appears to be coming through it, as today's pop of 64 cents or 6.5% on 1.5 million was significant enough to maybe set this off into the short-term target of 12. Nautilus coming on again here. This pop today, 2 days in a 3-day movement, and with 2 sharp days in a row. Yesterday's big move took it out above the resistance. Today it followed through. It did back off the 255 high, but only by a dime. It closed up 15 cents or 6.5%. Volume was solid at 361,000 shares, but the base has been broken for sure now, and I'm looking for a move that takes us up in the 3 1/4 range. NBIX is up next. That stock exploded into the resistance zone and closed at the top level of it. Should have was above the 9, should have moved across the 9 1/4 range. 10, 10.5 short term maybe had. We'll see. Looking at the long-term chart on this one, you can see this big consolidation range, which could create a big move towards the mid-teens eventually. Progress Software, PRGS, nice breakout today. You'll see that resistance in this zone was taken out with a thrust today. It could lead to more upside into the mid-20s. Looking for a target of about 26.5 short term, but it is overbought. It may very well back off after another day or so and consolidate in this zone. Still a nice looking pattern. LCC Airlines looking strong as US Airways talks merger with Delta. Delta also was up today. Here's Delta. You can see how both stocks have broken out and are thrusting, with Delta's target around 11.5 and LCC's target up around 10.5. But that could be much higher if there's an acquisition or merger. SNTS, I wanted to point out how strong this has been in the last 3 weeks. A strong surge, a pullback for a few days, and now more new highs. Looks like it may be headed to 5 3/4, my short-term target. That's SNTS. ZNGA, after breaking out across key resistance for the last couple of weeks, today it surged another 34 cents at 3.3%, but 12 million shares traded. And at this point, we may test the IPO day high up around 11.5. That's my short-term target. PKT, swing trade. I wanted to point out that it's been moving every day since we recommended it, and right now testing resistance. Should it get through 17, 10, 15 area, I look for a test of the old high. That was here at 1820. And if it gets to 1820, I'm looking for a stock that may very well get to my swing trade target at 20. Datawatch had a great couple days here with the big breakaway gap yesterday and a follow through resistance today. We may very well see close to 10 on this short term. And that's it for the longs. Let's take a quick look at the shorts quickly. NDSN. Hang on just a moment. NDSN, here we go. It's Carbo ceramics. I noticed the breakdown a couple days ago, and it's been following through to the downside. Look for a test of 90 short term. It's 98 right now. Looks quite negative. Big volume on the downside as well. Up next is Fusion IO. This stock does not look good, folks. It came down head and shoulder, came down hard, had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move up to resistance, moving average price and declining top resistance at the top of the channel. Crashed one day, consolidated for a couple, and today it looks like it's headed lower, down 77 cents or 3% today, but it's cleanly broken this bear flag, and it looks like it may be headed for retest of this level here around 21, 21.5. Short term, or at the bottom of the channel, even better, 17 range. Cabot Oil and Gas forming a bear wedge after breaking from head and shoulders. Heavy volume on the downside. If it breaks here, we look for a test of 28.25. JDAS software with a bear flag after a gap down. Not good. If this breaks, look for this to come down towards 25. NDSN, big bear wedge over the last month, bear flag over the last month. Declining top lines right here. It backed away from it. If it starts to fall, it takes out, say, 43.5 or 3/4. I think we could see a retest of the lows at 39.5, maybe even come down towards 37.5. Abercrombie Fitch still in a 2-month bear wedge, and if it does break to the downside below this level, look out below. We could see this come down dramatically, and perhaps even down to the bottom of the channel around 38. Ferrell Gas Partners looking really ugly with that big reversal day yesterday, dropped some more and is now in free fall underneath all support, looking for the stock to move down towards 15 short term. Lastly, Bungie, still this bear flag or bear wedge, whatever you want to call it, may have broken today. Last bastion of support would be a retest of 55.5, 6, and if they take that out, this could cascade lower towards 50. That's it for tonight. Have a good one, everybody.